First one, if the point -7.5 lies on the graph y is equal to fx, which must lie on the graph of its inverse. So this is x and y. So for inverse, remember the key to inverses is that the input and output simply switch roles. So y becomes x and x become y. So now our x will be 5 and -7, which is number 1. The function y is equal to fx has an inverse function y is equal to f inverse x. If a is equal to -b, then which of the following must be true? So again, input becomes output and output becomes input. So now our choice will be 3. So this is f a equal to -b, right? So our inverse will be -b and a. So switch place. So this is our answer. Number 3, the graph of function y is equal to gx is shown below. The value of g inverse 2 is, so now we go to evaluate g inverse 2, we must go to a y value of 2. And if question is g2, right? So we will go to x value, meaning that this line. We go to 2, and then we go up and we read the value of y. But in this case, this is g inverse. For g inverse 2, you will go to the value of 2 and find the corresponding, because you want to find the x value. So now 2 is here. So this is our 2. So when we draw a line, it will give you around -1, this value, x value. This is our x value. For number 4, which of the following will have an inverse that is also a function? So you need to remember, a function will have an inverse that is also a function if it passes the horizontal line test. That means every horizontal line must touch the graph at most once. So now go through the first graph. The first graph, when we do a horizontal line test, you have 2 points that giving you a same value of y, and it is not a one-to-one function. Okay, and because of it fails the horizontal line test. For number 2, you can see also you have many same value of y, and many horizontal lines will cut through multiple points. Okay. Number 3, so it fails the test and is not a inverse function. Number 3, it is parabola, and you can see that it also failed the horizontal line test and not a inverse function. For number 4, when you draw horizontal line test, you can see that only one point that intersect. So number 4 is number 4 is a one-to-one and it passed the test. Okay, so for number 5, for one-to-one function, it is known that f0 is equal to 6 and fo is equal to 0. Which one true about the graph of this function's inverse? So since f inverse 0 equal 8 from here, right? And then by definition, the y-intercept of the inverse must be 8. Okay? So meaning that we can say from this is fx equal 0. So when we inverse this, it will give you f0 inverse 0 is equal to 8, and by definition, second is the correct one. Number 6, you need to draw a graph and you need to create a table of value, right? Okay, so this point is x4 and y -1. So its inverse will be, okay, you can just list down first point. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You list down hx and then h inverse x. Hx for -1 and then x -1 here -2. So -1, -2. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. Here is -3. -1, sorry, -4, -3. And last one, this is -5x and -4y. So -5, -4. And then you will need to reflect it or inverse it. So -1, 4, -2, -1, -3, -4, -5, sorry, -4, -5. So then you need to draw a graph. Draw a graph. So 4. So look at this graph. -1, 4. -1, 4. Sorry. -1, 4. -1, 4. And then -2, -1. -2, -1. -3, -4. -3, -4. And then -4, -5. So it will be like that. Draw a nice one. Okay. And then we can say that we need to find the domain and range, right? So first domain for y is equal to h4. So for the domain and range, hx will be, the domain is x value, right? Okay, so it is -5, here -5, and then 4. And range is, this is -5, this is 4. And then range is here and here, meaning that it is -4 and -1. So here is -4, -1. So this is y value. Range is y value. How about the x-axis? Sorry, how about the y h inverse? H inverse, our x value will be this and this. This and this. So it is -1 and -4. So we will say that. And then range, y value is here and here. It is 4 and -5 and 4. Okay, it's negative 5, here is 4. So just want to know the value. The values, the list of values. Okay, number 7. The function determine the value of 9 pi and a inverse of 36. So it's stated here, a inverse 36 pi is 6, and then 9 is 3. Determine the values of a inverse 100. A inverse 100 pi. Okay, you can see that here is an increasing value of pi, right? So if 7 estimate, 8 estimate, 9 estimate, 10 you can estimate. So 10 we will estimate it as what? Here is it is 7 times 7, 49, 8 times 8, 64. So you need to estimate from here. This is actually 5 square, you got this. 4 square, you got this. And then 9 square, you got 81 pi. 100 square, you got 10 square, you got 100 pi. So it is 10. And A inverse 225 pi is 15. Because 15 square is 225. Okay, for C, the original function AR converted an input, the circle radius, to an output, the circle area. What are the input and the output of the function? Okay, we can say that this is y is equal to AR converted input. Input, the circle radius, to an output, circle area. So if the input, this is input, this is output. So if it is inverse, then this will be input. Circle area, this one input. Circle radius. Okay, easy. Then we move on to number 8. The domain and range of a one-to-one function y is equal to fx are given. Give the domain and range. Okay, so this is domain and range. So if f inverse, it will be x larger than -2. So this one become this, this one become this. Y -3 y. Okay, thank you guys for today, and I hope you, if you have any question, can just please let me know. Thank you.